Once upon a time, there was a home loan. Like many of the nicer things in life, the loan was something that not everyone could afford. This idea didn't necessarily sit well with some Washington politicians. They said banks were just making it too hard for people to get loans. So, one day, they decided to change the rules and make the banks give more loans out to people, even if they may not have been able to pay it back. As time went on, the new loan seemed to be doing its job. More people were able to buy houses, prices were going up, developers were building more houses, and more people than ever were profiting from the housing market. The big Wall Street investment banks started making loans too. The more loans they made, the more money they made. So what do you think they did? That's right, they changed the rules again and made it even easier for people to get loans. Everyone was making so much money that they forgot about the rules entirely. It got so easy that people could buy a home without any money at all. Things were great until one day, people began no longer making their loan payments to the bank. Folks who had fibbed about how much money they made just couldn't afford to make the payments anymore. So many people stopped making the payments that prices started going down. The Wall Street investment banks who had made the loans, the insurance companies that had guaranteed the loans, and even the giant government-backed lenders started running out of money. Things got so bad that it caused a worldwide economic meltdown. Believe me, nobody wanted to take responsibility for that mess. So, the politicians and bankers struck a deal. The politicians would use tax dollars to bail out the banks. And the banks, they'd get to take all the blame. This meant the bankers would get to keep their fancy jobs, while the government could have a convenient scapegoat for a problem they created in the first place. It was perfect. The only thing missing was a showy effort to reassure the people that the government was hard at work to make sure that something like this could never happen again. The politicians decided they would create a complicated new set of rules so that the banks couldn't make a loan unless they could prove to the government that the person could pay it back. That meant that business owners, retired folks, and even people with a whole lot of money in the bank may not even be able to get a loan at all. At Aegis Funding, we look beyond conventional lending to find loan products that fit the borrower rather than borrowers that fit into a loan product. We believe that if you can afford to buy a home, then you should be able to buy that home. That's why we work with lenders across the country to make sure that we have a loan that fits your needs. In fact, if you've got a good down payment and solid credit, I'll bet we can get you the money you need. So, if you've been told by your bank that they can't get you a loan, give us a call. If you're not ready to give up on your dream of home ownership, then neither are we.